What is up, YouTube? This is the ultimate any percent glitchless guide. Alright, we are going to be talking about everything that you will need to know to run this category. But I need to get something out of the way before we start. I will not be going over every little detail in the run. I will only be going over stuff like the stuff that you don't do normally in a regular playthrough. Anything that I don't show in this video, you just do regularly but fast. And what we're going to get into first is the figures that we need. We're going to divide them up into 4 different categories. Your main Skylander, your main villain, your boss killer, and the other category. So what you're going to want for your main Skylander is either Roller Brawl or Blast Jet. Now, Roller Brawl is definitely the go-to pick for this because she's faster than Blast Jet. But if you don't have Roller Brawl, then go for Blast Jet. Your main villain is going to be either Chaos, Brawl and Chain, or Wolfgang. Obviously, you want Chaos. That's the number one thing you'd want. And if you don't have Chaos, you could go for Brawl and Chain or Wolfgang. Either one works. And then your boss killer is also Chaos or Wallop. If you don't have Chaos, then go for Wallop. But if you have Chaos, then this category of figures doesn't really apply to you, sort of. But we'll get into that later. And then the other category, this is where it starts to get interesting. You're going to need Crusher, and if you don't have Crusher, you need Rage Mage in a Magic Trap. And if you don't have Rage Mage, you need Rattleshake and Bushwhack. Ghost Roaster, if you don't have Chaos. Only if you don't have Chaos, you need Ghost Roaster. Igniter, Hood Sickle, if you don't use Roller Roll. So if you use Blast Jet, then you don't have to have Hood Sickle. And then you also need Wolfgang for the Dreamcatcher fight. You also need a certain Skylander for the Chaos fight. Optimally, you would want Eon's Elite Whirlwind or Gear Shift. You can use Wallop. If you have them, you can use Winged Boots too. So then, now we're actually going to get on into the tutorial. Alright, when we first load into the run, we want to select Easy. And then the time starts as soon as you press that button. And then you want to skip that cutscene as soon as possible. And then right here, as soon as you can, you want to skip that cutscene and then pause the menu. And then you go out and then load level 1 again. This completely negates the spawn-in animations for your Skylander and your Winged Boots. Alright, right here, there is going to be a buzz cutscene that you cannot skip right before this little arena, you could call it. But this is where a second controller comes in, and you will need a second controller for 3 things in this run, and this is the first one. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up to this gate. As soon as you hit this gate right here, activate your second controller and put on any Trapmaster. I'm going to use Wallop because I already used Wallop as my boss killer because I don't have Chaos. And you're going to want to kill this thing. And immediately after it, take off your Trapmaster and cancel out that controller. And then that completely bypasses the entire arena. Alright, after this little fight right here, you're going to walk up here and then wait for that barrel to go past. And you're going to do this little skip thing. Come right here and then jump up. Jump again. And then kind of jump over this little trigger thing. Because if you hit this trigger right here, Buzz talks for like 2 minutes. But this skip is something that is universally done in every single category, I think. That is something you need to get good at. Over here, and then you're going to come to this corner and kind of jump. The barrel is slow, And don't miss it like I just did. After you destroy this barrel, you do not want to jump on this bounce pad, because that will activate a buzz cutscene that talks for forever. So you're going to come down here to this bounce pad, and you're going to jump on this and immediately turn to the right after you hit it. And then you're going to walk across these for like maybe 3 tiles, and then come out right here, and then push this as far right as you can. And then go back over here, and then push this, and then push this all the way to the end.
Well done!
Alright, after chapter 1, we're going to be hit with another really long cutscene right here. As soon as you talk to Persephone, you're going to pause the game, load up chapter 1, and then put in your main villain. Mine is Brawl and Chain, because I don't have Chaos. Skip that. And then as soon as the symbol shows up, you're going to go out to the menu, and then immediately return to the academy. Alright, there's nothing really special in chapter 2, but you just gotta make sure you roll the balls fast and don't let them escape you, really. But whenever you get to the arena here, there is some like optimizations you can do with your villain. I mean, if you're using Rollerball, I think Chaos can snipe those ships there. And then there's going to be some trolls coming out. You can also snipe the trolls with Chaos or Brawl and Chain. Like that. And then after you kill this troll, Slobber Trap's going to come out. And you kill him really fast with your villain. And then you trap cancel him.
Slobber Trap defeated.
And you do have to wait a little bit. As soon as he starts to get sucked into the portal, trap cancel. If you do it too early, then you will have to re-put on your Skylander, and that loses like 8 seconds probably. And then as soon as you get back to the academy, Mags is gonna start talking, and then you want to cancel that cutscene out as soon as she starts to talk. And go back into chapter 1 and do that exact same thing and put your villain back in, like we did after chapter 1. And go back to the academy, and then talk to Flynn like normal and go to the next level. Alright, whenever we get into this arena in chapter 3, you can kill these enemies that are on top of here a little bit early with Brawl and Chain and Chaos. It obviously takes a little bit more skill with Brawl and Chain. Okay, he does not want to come down. But anyway, the rest of this chapter is kind of lackluster before you get into the temple. After you do that, you're going to lower that coil and immediately drop down to the water after that. Because those guys are really slow, and you want to
better head over there, Skylander. Quick style.
You want to be on that bounce pad right down there.
Inside without you.
And the reason why you don't want to trap cancel the guy before that arena is because you need your villain for the Chompy Mage fight. Alright, after you get into the Chompy Mage fight, pretty simple. You do not want to put on Wallop if you do use Wallop. You'd rather use Brawl and Chain and Blast Whip, or if you use Rollerball and you don't have Chaos, it's probably still faster to do it with Brawl and Chain anyway. So, only because he can do this. He can just hit him up here. And I don't think Wolfgang can even do that. So,
Excellent.
Alright, and then after... read his jumps. And make sure you're not losing any damage opportunities.
Give me hard.
He's gonna talk right here, and then this is just standard stuff. And the reason why we don't go into Wallop is because each of the Doom Raider boss fights, they're basically like an auto scroll. So it's got damage caps and all that stuff. So, and then you don't trap cancel Chompy Mage. Alright, when you get to this arena, you can kill these ships really early if you are using Blast Jet. And you can also kill the ships early with Chaos too if you use them. Which you should if you have them. This fight is just knowing where the ships are going to pop up and... well, yeah, that's basically it. When you come into this room and you get the key, right, you come out, you can just completely skip Chill Build. You don't have to fight him. If you didn't already know that. You can just go over here and plant the nut for the blocker birds to eat.
Chill Bill.
And then you just completely skip him. For this arena, you can use Bad Juju to snipe the ships, but I didn't put her in the figures needed because she's not like necessary. She's not necessary to do this arena fast. You can just use Brawl and Chain and snipe the ships with his that move right there. Like this. Like that, yeah. But it obviously does take more skill than using Bad Juju. And then you just do this entire arena like that. Alright, after you're gonna go through the entire level without, like, there's nothing in this level. So once you get into this fight, you want to swap off of your main Skylander and go into your boss killer. Mine's Wallop. You can also use Chaos if you have him. And the reason why you don't just use your main villain, like Brawl and Chain, is because you can use Wallop and Chaos and get some crazy good damage cycles on this guy. It is so much faster than anything Brawl and Chain can do, or anything like that. This run will get a lot more interesting in the later levels, especially the last two levels. Those two levels are run killers. And then after that level, you want to swap off of Wallop and go back into your main Skylander. Alright, as soon as you reload into Chapter 6, you're gonna fight Brawless. And it's pretty straightforward, but it's what's after the fight is what you need to do fast. And don't trap cancel him, because we need
Brawless defeated.
Brawl and Chain later. Alright, and then we're gonna wait for this guy to come and jump off of the ship. And come over here and kill these 3 Chompies. And then on this lower platform kind of move around. And as soon as the wood spawns, get it. And you kind of get that fast cycle of the cutscene. So it thinks you're up there, but you're actually down there, which is pretty fast. And then when you end up coming here for the second key, you do have to play him in Skystone Smash, but if you have Crusher, he can completely skip the Skystone Smash match. But I don't have Crusher, and I will show a clip. It looks simple, but it does save a lot of time. Right here, you can do a really fast cycle with Brawl and Chain and Chaos, where you come up here first and then drop down and kill these guys. And then, why I'm sharing all this is because after you kill all these enemies, you can beat the cutscene for Mags walking after you beat this arena. And it saves like probably about like 5 seconds ish. So like immediately after the gate lowers, you want to be there waiting for it, and it skips the cutscene afterwards. It's kind of funny because I'm fighting him with Brawl and Chain, but you don't have to trap cancel him. But I trap cancel him because I use Brawl and Chain himself. But if you do use Chaos, then you don't want to trap cancel him. And this is one of the trap cancels that you have to do it kind of slow, or you will have to put your Skylander back on the portal. Which is kind of unfortunate, but that's just how it is, I guess. So we're gonna wait.
Brawl and Chain defeated.
Wait for him to get sucked into the portal. Right there. And then you won't have to put your Skylander back on. Catch the fish. You want to pick up this piece of bait and then drop it right under him. And if you do it fast enough, he should turn around and you can grab him really quick. And then skip that cutscene and then drop down and he'll just be right here. And since I trap canceled Brawl and Chain, I have to put him back in for this next level.
Brawl and Chain.
And if you are using Roller Brawl, then you want to put Hoodsickle in right here. So I guess you would want to trap cancel Brawl and Chain. So here what I'm doing is I'm going to buy 6 lock cheats and 5 Skystone cheats. This is for the rest of the run. You will not have to play another game of Skystone Smash or Lock Puzzle in the entire rest of the run, which is really good.
Welcome to the Smash.
Alright, so we won by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. No, not that. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then chapter 7 next is when the run gets really, really interesting. This is the start of chapter 7, and this is also the first choke point of the run. So what we're about to do here is we're going to completely skip this gate and not go save the Candleman over there, because he is annoying and we don't want to talk to him. So we're going to jump up there and then jump onto this little pillar and then walk right here and try not to fall off. You will miss it a couple times. That is just how it works. But then the only people that can do this skip is Blastjet, Hoodsickle, and Bone Chompy. That is why if you're playing Rollerball, you have to have Hoodsickle. So then after you get onto this last pillar, you want to literally jump around this gate. And sometimes it just won't let you stand on it, but that's just how the skip is. It's literally RNG. And then yeah, as you can see there, Blastjet does typically fall through right there. all you have to do is you just have to spam jump as soon as you land on this other side. Just spam the jump and hope you don't fall through. And sometimes you will, and sometimes you won't. It's just how this skip is. It's completely random. And the reason why this is so worth it is because you get to skip the Skystone match after this, which saves a bunch of time. Alright, we got it there. So then, that gate that's usually right there isn't even there anymore, so you don't even have to go in that room anymore. So that saves a bunch of time over not doing that skip. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come right here, and you're going to jump off. And then it should teleport you down here. Yep. Then you kill all these enemies, and then after you kill all those, you're going to come over here and use a lock cheat on this. Right? You're going to use this lock cheat. And then, depending on who you play, you want to swap into Ghost Roaster here. If you have Chaos, you don't have to use Ghost Roaster. But I don't have Chaos.
So nice of you to...
So, and then the reason why we do this is we skip her little long stroll in the swamp by using Ghost Roaster's invincibility move here. I forget what it's called, to bypass the swamp basically. And then Chaos can do it because his main attack with the elements, he can change it to magic, and magic basically gives him infinite HP. And Ghost Roaster does want to be on the path that enhances that move, and I'll probably show y'all. And then don't swap off of him right here, because if you swap off of him, it will teleport you back to the start. So then what you're going to do is you're going to fall down here, and then you're allowed to switch back. And then you kill these enemies like normal. I-5 has been defeated, and we're going to come up here, and you don't have to kill those ice creams, but right here you have to wake this guy up. And if you're using Roller Brawl, you can accidentally clip through that gate. So just be careful not to clip through that gate, because that is considered a glitch, and your run will not count after that. You do the entirety of Chapter 8 completely normal, except you use the Skystone skip on that one guy in the cage.
Excellent.
And then we will do, we will trap cancel Hoodsickle. And then this is one of the trap cancels where you have to wait a little bit.
Defeated.
So we're gonna wait until he gets sucked into the portal right there.
I've got an axe to grind with you.
And you don't have to put your Skylander back on. And then after that, you can put in Wolfgang if you have him.
Wolfgang.
And we will use Wolfgang for the Dreamcatcher fight. If you have a magic trap, you can wait to put in Wolfgang here, and you can trap cancel Pinata. Alright, and then what we're gonna do with Wolfgang here is we're gonna hit her twice and then fall off. And just keep doing this until she's dead. And the reason why we do this is because if we don't fall off, she spawns a bunch of beds, and it takes way longer to kill her. And then you do want to trap cancel her.
Dreamcatcher defeated.
And it's not one of them super slow ones, so you can immediately take it out. And then that's how you do that one. And then if you use Blast Jet, you don't really have to put another trap in for the next 2 levels. Alright, in this chapter,
Skylanders of the Earth.
you want to kill all of these things. that you see, these little bad guys. If you let them stay alive, then these guys that you need to complete the level will want to kill them, and then they won't follow you. And then you end up getting like either you get soft locked, or they take super long, and then you lose like a bunch of time. So just kill all these guys, and you don't have to kill the guys up there that are long range. You don't have to kill those guys. Only these guys. And then once like only a couple of them are left, you can go up here and grab this first key. Right here. And they should be waiting on you down here. And you make them build this.
Jimmy almost as fast as we can build.
And this, for this light puzzle in here, if you want a super fast cycle, you have to act immediately after you gain control and switch that. And then stand right here. That should just raise you up right there and get the second key. And you can put on chaos after Dreamcatcher. I did kind of lie to y'all because if you have chaos, then put chaos on. I don't have chaos, so there's no point for me to have any trap in right now. And for this Frankenstein fight, I just used Wallop because he can kill him super early.
Frankenstein.
So go like this. Put on Wallop. And then you can trap cancel him if you are not using chaos.
Frankenstein
That saves you a little bit of time. Alright, when you get here, you do want to complete this puzzle. And then, after the gate opens, skip this cutscene and then hold your dash off this. So you kind of hold it as you're falling. You can do this with Rollerball too, it's just a little bit harder. And you go to the side right here. And that skips like 50 seconds of stuff you have to do. And then you just solve this puzzle. And then wait for this block to open. After you complete the arena in the sewers, you will now be going to Willikin Workshop. And then this level is pretty simple, but
That ridiculous Dr.
there is something cool that we have not seen yet in the run. That will show up in this level and the next level. So we're going to activate this, and then skip the cutscene immediately. You kind of beat this little cart thingy. That comes out, and then as soon as you hit this gate right here, activate your second controller, and put on Igniter. And then what we're doing here is we're going to activate the failsafe trigger after this gate with Igniter's secondary attack. So you're going to get on top of this, and then jump and use his secondary over the gate, like that. And hold it until the gate drops. And then you can take off Igniter, and then cancel out the controller. And then up here, also pretty simple, but it's just a matter of don't miss the first cycle. So after this train, there's going to be a train that has an elevated platform, and you got to catch this before it goes. And I like to go super early like this and try and skip the chaos dialogue. So another small time save you can do is right here, where you can break 2 of the barriers with 1 of these bombs. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get it or not, because it's super precise. You have to like you have to have this bomb like perfectly in between these two, like that. That's a small time save you can do in a run. Obviously, I didn't save any time because I took too long lining it up. And then whenever you get to this fight right here, you want to swap in your boss killer. Obviously, if you have chaos, you don't need to swap into Wallop. I've already explained this, but fancy thing with Wallop's hammers, you can kill the barrels in some of his phases really early. And you can also do that with chaos, but it's just cool to see with Wallop because he's not used very much. Those barrels right there.
Hey, I hate having to do this to you.
Like that. After you finish this last puzzle thing in Time Town, there is something cool we do in here. It's along the same lines as what we did in the last level. Skip the button, and then when you come up here, activate your second controller and put on Igniter. And then do the exact same thing we did in Willikin Workshop. But in this time, we're skipping this part. And we're just going to activate the end trigger. And then, boom, the level's done. And then, as soon as that's over, you can take off Igniter. And then, whenever the blue screen appears, you can cancel that like that. Alright, and then we go to not Flynn but Da Vinci.
Yes.
Because he's gonna take us to the future. Alright, and we're coming up on the first skip, or I guess the only skip in this level is Atom Smasher skip. I don't think the last jet could even do this, but what you do is you kind of ride off and then you go over that gate right there. Roller Brawl can do that if you go fast enough, and it saves like a minute at least. Oh, and I am going to teach y'all how to do this turret section too, because it's very easy to mess up. You have to like kind of hold it in place after you break those. See, I'm just messing up right now. But what you got to do is go as far to the right as you can and then hold after you, like, and then in this phase, at, like, sort of towards the end of it, you can get hit on purpose and it ends the phase early. No, I'll just show you, So, like, right here when the lasers start following you, in a second, like, yeah, here. So, like, as soon as this starts happening, you immediately start getting hit. So it'll, end the phase early. And then you just completely the rest of the fight like normal. And then we're about to come up on a cool skip in this level. Okay, don't go there. Go over here and then you cheat this. And you go back, don't go forward, and get this bomb here. And then since you're so fast, you can just smuggle this bomb all the way to the next wall. Like that. Skip this. And then up here, you want to activate this little rocket. So they shoot the Mabu up here so they can break the gate. And then make sure you kill this guy. And then you want, ideally, you want 3 out of the 4 Mabu hitting the gate. Boom. There's 3 of them hitting. So, and then if they don't want to move, you can kind of shove them into the wall like this. and they might start hitting the wall faster.
Bravo, soldier. I don't mean the call sign, Bravo. Now go secure.
Hey!
And then you swap the wall up here if you don't have chaos. And then you do the arena
Hammer it home.
like you normally would.
Must become a hero.
And when you get to threat pack, there will be a tank that spawns on the left and two trolls that spawn on the right. If you defeat threat pack right, he should automatically kill the tank, and
Threat pack.
then you automatically need to kill the two trolls. But that didn't happen right there,
Defeated.
and you still have to kill the
Put on what?
the tank.
It was
Optimally, you would only have to kill those two trolls right there.
Was an excellent
And then for Sky Highlands, this level is really bad in my opinion. For the most part, the Golden Desert isn't really too special. Alright, so this, as a new player, this section could be pretty tricky. But all you gotta do is put this here, and then move this right here so we can get the wood. Put this here. And then move that right there. And that's literally it. We are coming up on the last two levels, and these levels are by far the hardest ones to do because of their crazy skips. Especially this one, because this skip is insanely precise and loses way too much time if you get it, if you don't make it. And it can only be done with Crusher, Rattle Shake, and Rage Mage. I'm going to be showing it with Rattle Shake because I don't have Crusher or Rage Mage. And he's probably the hardest to do it. He's probably the hardest to do it with anyway. And he needs to be on the bottom path of his bottom half. So you need this right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to barely be on these bricks right here, and then charge over your dash. And after you release the dash, you are going to spam jump. And you exactly like that. So that's then you go into this loading zone, and then you're gonna swap back. Now, Rage Mage is probably the fastest out of all three of the options because you don't have to swap back.
Blast and furious.
And Rage Mage is the same concept as that. And then you're just gonna do the rest of the level like normal. The first skip in the last level is just beyond the first door, and it's not gonna seem like much, but you're gonna go right here, step right here, and then you're gonna jump right around this. So what I just did was I jumped around a cutscene trigger. That trigger makes Chaos talk for ages, and there's another one coming up in later in this level. And after you finish this puzzle, go down here and jump off here, and you're going to completely skip this fight by jumping on here and then coming on this platform, and make sure not to pick up this winged sapphire, and then just fall off right here, and that will put you later in the level for some reason. And then you can very quickly do that puzzle to get a good cycle. This is where Bushwhack comes in. At the smoke screen fight. We're just completely skip this fight with Bushwhack. You might be wondering, how are we going to skip this with Bushwhack of all people? It's very, very simple actually. He needs to be on this path right here, the combo path. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna abuse a jump tech and just completely skip it. Alright, so go on top of this rail and stand about right here. And then do your tertiary combo that sends you like forward-ish. So right here, 1, 2, and then jump. People will just annoy you. It does take a little bit of practice. And as you can see, I'm not a professional at it. Oh, and you can also do this with Crusher and just Crusher. And probably Rage Mage too. And then you're going to come up here and don't walk forward. What you're going to do is you're going to step aside right here. This is probably very hard with Bushwhack, but you're going to slowly step onto this and then jump like that. That is the longest cutscene. You definitely want to skip that. And then you don't even need to do this puzzle. You can come up here, stand on the very edge of this. 1, 2, 3, jump. And then do that again. 1, 2, 3. And not mess it up. 1, 2, 3. Exactly like that. And then you're going to keep as Bushwhack. Do that. And then 1, 2, 3. Switch this. Don't die to that guy like I just did. And then make sure when you go into the chaos fight that you do not have a trap in the portal. That is crucial to that. Because if you don't, whenever he starts shooting bullets, he will, not he, but Eon will yap for centuries and loses like 2 minutes. So just don't have a trap in when you step foot on this platform. And then when you go in here, you want to swap to your Eon's Elite Whirlwind, Gear Shift, Wallop, whatever you have. And then just do this fight basically normal, and just make sure not to die. If you die, then the run's dead. Thank y'all so much for watching this video, and if you have any more questions, then feel free to leave it in the comment section, or you can join the Skylanders Speedrunning Discord, and there's a lot of helpful people in there. I feel like this is a very simple run that's good for beginners, so that's mainly why I made this guide as my first one. That is the video, and I'll see you guys later.